Hello and welcome to Destiny Digits. This is the expression number 8 reading. So if you're watching this, you know that your expression number is 8 and your expression number tells you your potential. So you have the potential to be a powerhouse, courageous, influential. This is like the CEO, the mogul, the boss, somebody that is financially fluid, and material satisfaction is very important to them. They're very goal oriented. They like to accomplish, achieve, excel. There's really never a finish line. There's never a ceiling, right? Oh my goodness, cards everywhere. Okay, let's take the ones that flipped. So yes, and so these are people that have their led themselves to success in their own lives, and now they are a leader, a manager, a boss in some kind of way for a company. First card that we have came out says you are the image maker. What you focus on manifests, right? And that's what you do. You are a big thinker, and so once you see it in your mind, that is literally the fuel that you need to go out and create it. It says soul alignment. It's time for a radical change. How can you show up for yourself in ways that you never have been before? All right. So now we have, you are the image maker. What you focus on, you manifest. Soul alignment. It's time for radical change. Okay, so I feel like this is where you are about to step into your purpose, step into why you are really here. We have prioritize self love and care. When do you feel most nurtured and cared for? Okay, bottom of the deck, you can make it through. Your higher self is always guiding you. What wisdom does your higher self have? Okay, so if you are pushing through something, spirit says to you, guess what? You're going to make it through. And spirit is giving you details about what you're going through, why you're going through it, and how to help yourself, right? So they're not leaving you out, right? So you can make it through. You're going to make it through, but this is necessary. This is a necessary push. This is a necessary journey and step in your process. So don't think that whatever the struggles are that you're enduring is here to only irritate you. It's really here to advance you, even if it doesn't feel that way. Okay. So you can always tap into your higher self, right? That's your soul self that has been through many lives. Sometimes our physical self, we can't always remember and really connect the dots of this experience, but it's extensive in ways that we can't fathom. But spirit is saying, guess what? You are the image maker. What you focus on manifests. Next to that, we have purpose. I know what I'm here to do. Is this a thing of discovery? Are you kind of like, I just imagine like literally something being birthed, and I'm sorry to be so, but like think of the final process of birth, right? Um, and think of something, transitioning, coming through a threshold from one thing to the next. And maybe that's what you're realizing. And so when spirit is saying you can make it through, it's like you can make it through the struggles of this birthing process. It's not beautiful, but it will be beautiful. It may not feel good. You may feel lost or lonely or just extremely challenged, but all is well. What you focus on is what you manifest. So really think about where you're directing your energy and your thoughts. You are discovering, if you haven't already, your purpose, right? This is about knowing I know what I'm here to do. And as an 8, that's major. Because you do things on such a large scale. A lot of what you do is also about others. Because you are not only a security for yourself, but you represent that in the lives of others. So next to soul alignment, it's time for radical change. We have denial. So maybe this is a time where you are about to step in the unknown. And so denial, sometimes when we're denying what comes next, when we're not accepting what is, when we don't want to embrace truth, it's because we're afraid of what this truth will bring. So when you step into this soul alignment, when you step into this new, when you make this change, when you do things for yourself and authentically that you've never done before in your own life, what scares you most? that is when you acknowledge your fear, right? When I do whatever this thing is in my life, what am I most afraid of? And just by asking the question and answering it honestly is how you bring insight and awareness into your fear and start to kind of transmute it. Prioritize self-love and care. We have gratitude. I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. So, one of the ways that you can feel most nurtured and cared for is by literally being in a space of gratitude. That's surrounding yourself by people, places, and things, and also being that energy yourself. Just an energy who is loving life. Realize that this is a magical experience. They can tap into the lighter moments. These are not people that hold struggle, right? They release things in a timely manner. So in order to take care of yourself and to really offer yourself beauty and love, you have to believe that this life offers that to you. So if you believe that that is what life is giving you, beautiful and loving experiences, it is much easier to step into that same energy and then give that to yourself on a personal level, right? And so that's practicing the gratitude that you believe. At the bottom of the deck, we have happiness. I'm aware that being happy means that I'm on the right path. All right. And so maybe this change, this shift was about you pursuing what makes you happy, right? Maybe we were doing things, chasing things, involving ourselves with people, places, and things. And we're like, hold up, like something inside of me is needing more. Something inside of me is speaking. I'm not being true to myself, right? So this is about finding my purpose and not ignoring it, not being afraid to step into me. I got to take care of myself. I have to make me a priority. And when I wake up every day, I want to live a life I love. And so it may be a struggle to get to this happiness, right? It may be a struggle to get to this path that I seek, but I'm going because that's who I am. 8, you guys are influential. Like you're a big deal. And so if this is something that you're going after, if this is something that's important to you, it's definitely it's happening. All right, first 3 cards we have the Devil, the Nine of Wands, and the Ten of Swords. And so the Devil talks about, unclean, toxic energy. Just something in the atmosphere, something within us, something we're doing, something we're attached to that really is kind of just lower vibrational. It can be dark. And so when Spirit says what you focus on manifests, what thought pattern do you need to shift? I feel like this devil is representing a thought pattern. Toxic thoughts, toxic mindsets, toxic beliefs that are in the way of you manifesting this purpose that you are here to do into your life, right? And so think about your mental space because happiness begins in the mind. And so if this moment in life is about you making it through the struggles, pursuing your happiness, whatever that is to you, you have to create it, but if our mind is unhealthy, if our mind is toxic, if we have a whole bunch of beliefs from that were given to us, from others or things that we created, or we have to purge ourselves. When we step into versions of ourselves that are elevated and new, we cannot take old aspects. And the mind is we need that, right? That's our manifesting machine. And so we kind of got to get rid of all the what was. And so once you free, and another thing, it's these thoughts that you're having that are making you in this energy of the Nine of Wands. This Nine of Wands is about being anxious and stressed and fearful. And so the thoughts that you're having are toxic because they're not showing you how strong you are. They're not showing you the greatest parts of you, right? They're making you think that the Ten of Swords may be the only possibility. And so when we're trying to manifest, when we're trying to create change, it seems like we can't overcome this energy of being at rock bottom. But we know our purpose is not here to be at rock bottom. Our purpose is to soar. Happiness tells us we're on the right path, but I'm not on that right path because I keep getting into these Ten of Swords moments. I'm fearful, I'm guarded, I'm stressed, and my mind is not as clean and as pure as I need it to be. But guess what? I'm going to make it through this. So here comes Spirit giving us the Ace of Swords, right? But this Ace of Swords, this truth, this clarity, this understanding that Spirit is offering us to bring us out of this Nine of Wands, fearful, anxious, stressed energy, that is coming after this Tower. This Tower is coming to break down this devil energy, this connection. Now, if this is something attached to the mind, something comes that literally shakes up your entire mental space. Now, if this was a tower in your life, nonetheless, anything that happens makes us think or rethink. And so this soul alignment, it's time for a radical change, literally is aligned with the Tower card. So has this tower happened yet? Think about your story. Did it happen? Is it happening? Is it around the corner? Nonetheless, it's necessary because it's what breaks this toxic connection. It's what snatches you from this stress and anxiety and fearful of change type energy. And it allows you to step in the energy of the King of Swords, right? So these 10 of Swords, these 10 swords that are in my back that at one point pinned me to the ground, left me for dead. Now these are swords that I take to rule, to govern. But why is it that I don't know that I have the potential of being this King of Swords? This rational, logical, person that leads from truth and dignity and honesty and, why don't I know that I can step into my own authority? Why don't I know that? Why do I keep believing in these low budget films that represent my life? So beneath the Ace of Swords, when Spirit finally gives us this truth, then we step into this energy, the Seven of Cups. And this is, the idea of having choices or thinking of all the different choices. This could be dreaming. This could be wishing about what do we really want to see? As a seven is about being introspective. Really asking questions and going within. And so this is the energy of going within to think about what we desire for ourselves, right? These aren't necessarily real things that we have access to immediately, but these are all the things that we think we would love in order to pursue the happiness that we seek. So Two of Wands, this is where we make a plan. This is where we gather our resources and really work with where we've been and match that up with where we want to go. And so one of the things that you are going to need as you pursue your happiness is your own health and sanity. And it's through self-love and care. So when do you feel most nurtured and protected? What people are nurturing to you? What places are soothing to you? What do you do? What does your day look like? What parts of your day give you the most solace and peace? Right? So think about naturally right now in your life where self-care and love is happening, where you are giving that to you. And if you can't find it, then create it, make it, plan it, right? If you have to take out your phone and, schedule moments of time to uplift yourself, then do that, right? But this is being thankful for you, being thankful for life, just being thankful for this experience. Right. And it's when we step into that gratitude energy that we also step into this Page of Cups energy, this idea that anything is possible. Love is available. Love brings opportunity, right? At the bottom of the deck, I'm so sorry, I didn't even say that before I even read, is the Nine of Cups. This is the energy of self-fulfillment. This is the energy of, really taking care of yourself, nourishing yourself, filling your own cups so that when you do get into a situation where you have to offer yourself to someone, maybe in a relationship, or you offer yourself to a new job or a social group. When it's time for you to offer yourself and you are in this Nine of Cups, you are just so wonderful to be around because you've done all the work. Nine of Cups is somebody that has done the work. Right? And the beautiful thing is that the Seven of Cups, this choice that we have, this ability to choose us, to put us first, and to create a life of gratitude. These choices that we're making about how to go forward in ways that prioritize our own self-love, these choices are going to ask us to then walk away from things that are combating what we really want. And so happiness is what came out. So if we're really wanting happiness, if we're really wanting to live our purpose, we have to decide what it is we want and then walk away from the things that are present that do not reflect that. And sometimes that's when the tower comes in. The tower reveals what we must release, what we must accept, what we weren't choosing to see. Right? And when that tower comes, it's your ability to take the sword and to cut out the things that once left you in the Ten of Swords energy, that once left you from being able to pursue your purpose because you were too busy healing wounds. Right? And trying to recover and repair and put yourself back together. Right? And then we become so stressed and anxious about life and pursuing us because it hasn't gone well. But that was then. And so this is now. All right, eights, this is about you. This is about you understanding your truth and walking in it, understanding who you are and what you possess. Fantastic. This is sweet. All right, eights, thank you so much for stopping by and take care.